Something happened 12 minutes ago that could change Kash Patel's life forever. Pramila Jayapal entered the courtroom holding a USB drive. Not just any USB drive. It contained hidden camera recordings leaked from FBI headquarters, recordings that no one knew existed. And on that recording was Kash Patel's voice. In his own voice, with his own words, he explained how he protected child traffickers. And on that recording was Kash Patel's voice. In his own voice, with his own words, he explained how he protected child traffickers. If you're new to this video, subscribe now and turn on notifications, because what you're about to hear in the next few minutes will go down in history. This isn't just a political scandal. This is proof of how rotten the entire system is and how it lied to us. February 9th, morning, House Judiciary Committee. The room is packed, as usual. Reporters, cameras, senators, all in their seats. Kash Patel is on the witness stand, surrounded by an army of lawyers. Prepared, rehearsed, memorized answers to every question. The first 2 hours are standard. Questions, answers, evasions. Patel has everything under control. Calm, professional, ice cold. Nothing phases him. No question is too difficult. Then it was Pramila Jayapal's turn. And we all know Jayapal doesn't ask soft questions. She asks the impossible questions. He brings up the kind of topics that make people sweat. But today was different. Because today, Jayapal didn't ask any questions. He just pulled out the USB drive and said, "Director Patel, I want you to listen to something." Everyone in the room froze. Patel's face didn't change, but his eyes locked onto that USB drive, as if he knew what was coming, as if he had been waiting for this moment. Jayapal plugged the USB drive into the laptop. The sound technician turned on the speakers, and then the sound started. First, static, then the sound of a room. People talking, a phone ringing in the background, like a normal office environment. Then a voice. "Director, what are we going to do about File 29? Everyone pricked up their ears. File 29. That famous witness statement, Maria Santos' statement, the one that named those 6 people. And then another voice came, clearer, more familiar, a voice everyone knew. Kash Patel's voice. 29, that's definitely not going to be released. It's too dangerous. There are too many big names involved. The room fell silent, the kind of silence where you can hear people's heartbeats. The recording continued. Another voice, but Director, the witness testimony was deemed credible. There is evidence. The dates are correct. The details are consistent. Patel's voice, this time harsher. "I don't care. Those 6 names are untouchable, especially the 3rd and 5th names. They're very high level. If that file comes out, the phones will start ringing, and I don't want my phone ringing." Jayapal stopped the recording. She looked at Patel. "Director Patel, is that your voice?" "Silence, Director. A simple question. Is this you speaking on this recording?" Patel's lawyer jumped to his feet. "Congresswoman, we don't know where this recording came from. Its authenticity hasn't been verified. This is illegal." "Sit down," Jayapal's voice was sharp. "Your client can answer. Is this his voice or not?" Patel took a deep breath. "Congressman, it's been taken out of context. Yes or no?" "Is this your voice?" Patel's jaw tightened. "Yes, but enough." Jayapal played the recording again. This time Patel's voice sounded more uneasy. "Look, we're dealing with reality here. 3 of those 6 people called me, personally, not their lawyers themselves. They're worried, and rightly so. If that file comes out, the media will go wild." Another voice, "But our job is to uncover the truth." Patel now, angrily, "Our job is to protect national security. And I'm telling you, those 6 names are a national security issue, period. The file stays closed." Jayapal interrupted again. "National security, Director. Which of those 6 people is a national security threat?" Patel said nothing. A tech CEO. A threat to national security? Silence. A Hollywood producer. How is that a threat to national security? Silence. Or is the truth this? Those 6 people are powerful, wealthy, and connected. And you protected them because they called you, because they were worried, because they were afraid of the media. Patel's voice strained. "Congresswoman, you don't understand the context. Then give me the full context." Jayapal leaned forward. "Who called you? What did they say? And what did they promise?" Patel's face flushed. "No one promised anything." Jayapal played the recording again. This time it was a longer segment. Patel's voice, "Listen, these are business leaders. They donate millions to charities. They create jobs. They contribute to the economy. We can't risk destroying them based on a witness's vague memories from years ago." Another voice, "But Director, the witness is consistent. The statement is detailed, and it matches other witnesses." Patel, "It matches. My job isn't to gather evidence, it's to protect the agency. And I'm telling you, that file is closing." The recording cut off. Jayapal shut down the computer. "Protect the agency." Jayapal repeated the phrase, "Are you protecting the FBI, Director, or those 6 people?" Patel gave no answer. Jayapal pulled another piece of paper from the file. These are phone records. Your cell phone. February 2nd at 6:35 p.m., a 14-minute call. Who did you call? Director Patel's lawyer. This is a violation of privacy. Official phone records related to a federal investigation are not private. Jayapal is sharp. Who did you call? Patel? I don't remember. You don't remember. You don't remember a 14-minute call. Hundreds of calls every day. Jayapal pulled out another piece of paper. Do you remember this call? February 3rd, 22 minutes. Same number. You called again. Patel remained silent. And this? February 4th, 30 minutes. Jayapal placed the papers on the table. 3 days in a row, you called the same number. A total of 1 hour and 6 minutes. And the owner of this number is one of the 6 names in file 29. The room erupted. Reporters jumped to their feet. Cameras zoomed in. Democrats were shouting. Republicans were in shock. Patel was just sitting there, his hands on the table, not moving, not speaking. Jayapal continued, and here's the most interesting part. 3 days after those phone calls, you permanently classified file 29 coincidence. Director? Patel's voice was barely audible. That correlation does not imply causation. Correlation. Jayapal's voice rose. You make phone calls 3 days in a row to someone mentioned in a witness's testimony, then you bury that witness's testimony, and you're talking to me about correlation. Jayapal plugged the USB back in. There's another recording. It's shorter, but much more revealing. Patel's voice came over the speakers again. Trust me, the case will be closed. No one will see those names, I promise. Another voice, this time unfamiliar. I'm thinking about my children. My family will be ruined. Patel, I understand. As a family man myself, I'm telling you, I'll protect you. But you have to do something. What should I do? Stay calm. Talk to your lawyer. And if the media asks, you know nothing. Just an old acquaintance. That's all. But the FBI? I'll take care of the FBI. The case will be closed. I guarantee it. The recording ended. The room was deathly quiet. Jayapal turned to Patel. Who is that man? Director? Which of the 6 names in the 29 is he? Patel's face was ashen. And what did you promise him? As FBI director, how can you tell someone mentioned in a witness statement that you'll protect them? Patel's mouth opened, but no sound came out. This isn't just a cover-up. Director, this is beyond obstruction of justice. This is an active conspiracy. Coordination with the suspect to silence a witness. Jayapal leaned forward. And now I'm going to show you one last thing, because those phone records told us something else. Another document, February 5th, $25,000, transferred to your bank account. The sender, a consulting firm. The owner of that firm, file 29. The man you called 3 days ago, Patel's lawyer, went ballistic. Mr. Chairman, this allegation is extremely serious and baseless. Baseless. Jayapal held up the bank statement. The bank record is right here. $25,000. To the FBI director's account. From a suspect's firm, 3 days after we buried the witness testimony. And if you're still watching, if this matters to you, share this video, spread it on social media, send it to your friends. Because this isn't just about Patel, it's about how the system works. It's about how powerful people are protected. And we need to stop this. Jayapal closed the file. Director Patel, you took bribes. You colluded with a suspect to silence a witness. And now you sit here talking to me about coincidences. I never. Patel's voice trembled. You have recordings, phone records, bank transfers. What more do you need? Patel's lawyer jumped to his feet. My client is invoking his Fifth Amendment rights. Of course he is. Jayapal shook her head, because every question incriminates him further. Jayapal leaned back. These records will be made public. The entire file, every phone call, every bank transfer, every secret deal. The American people will see everything. Patel just sat there, ruined, finished, nowhere to run. The hearing was over, but the real explosion came later. Within an hour, the recordings on that USB drive were everywhere. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, all playing the same clips. Patel's voice, his promise to protect those 6 names, those phone calls, that bank transfer. Social media went wild. Hashtag after hashtag. Hashtag Patel tapes, hashtag FBI corruption. Hashtag Epstein cover-up. All trending at once. And where did those hidden camera recordings come from? From the FBI's own security system. A whistleblower, probably someone inside the FBI, leaked those recordings to Jayapal, because even people inside no longer trust Patel. Now the questions begin. Who are those 6 names? What was discussed in the phone calls? Are there other transfers? Were other files buried? And most importantly, did Patel act alone, or did he receive orders from higher up? Jayapal requested the files, all phone records, all bank transactions, all FBI security camera footage, and an investigation was launched. Not just a congressional investigation, federal prosecutors also got involved. Because this is no longer a political issue, it's criminal. bribery, obstruction of justice, conspiracy, each one a serious crime, each one punishable by imprisonment. Kash Patel announced he would resign as FBI director. For personal reasons, he said, but everyone knows he had to do it, because the alternative was worse, getting fired, getting charged, going to court. But his resignation isn't enough, because those records exist, those phone calls exist, that bank transfer exists. Whether he resigns or not, they're out there. And now everyone is asking, who are those 6 names? Who is in file 29? Which tech CEO? Which Hollywood producer? Which politician? Jayapal said she released the documents. Soon, very soon, and then we'll all see the names, the accusations, the evidence. Pramila Jayapal came with a USB drive and ended Kash Patel's career. But more importantly, she showed how corrupt the entire system is, how powerful people are protected, how witnesses are silenced, how files are buried, and how sometimes, just sometimes, the truth comes out, thanks to hidden cameras, thanks to brave whistleblowers, and thanks to people like Pramila Jayapal who aren't afraid to ask the questions. 12 minutes, 1 USB, and Kash Patel's world collapsed. Subscribe, turn on notifications. Tomorrow, those 6 names are being revealed. Each one, every detail, and I'll be here analyzing each one. This is just the beginning.